Here.
Here.
Here. Any conflicts to report? Item 4, approval of minutes of the meeting of May 7th.
I'd like to make a motion that we defer action.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item A, request for advertising dates of July 16th, 2015, July 23rd, 2015, and a bid opening date of August 6th, 2015 for the 2nd District Local Street Lighting Project. Murray Street from Maywood Avenue to Howard Avenue, Toll Avenue from Hoffman Street to Hudson Street, 4600 block of Hickory Avenue, and 46 and 4700 blocks of Ash Avenue.
I'd like to make a motion that we set those advertising and bid dates.
Second. Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item B, request for advertising dates of July 16th, 2015 and July 23rd, 2015 with a bid opening date of August 6th, 2015 for the 4th District Madison Avenue Lighting Project.
I'd like to make a motion that we set those advertising and bid opening dates.
Second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item C, change order number 1 received from Nice Engineering Incorporated for Field Street lighting improvements.
This is the final change order for this project. It's a decrease of $72,643 after they balance out all the items. So it's reduced the cost from $202,000 to $185,000. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the change order.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Item D, change order number 3 received from DLZ Indiana Incorporated for the Hammond Purdue Calumet Outdoor Athletics Complex at Dowling Park Phase 2B.
It's adding an item, the plant schedule, to the project. There's 29 plantings that are going to be installed. It doesn't have a dollar amount. Well, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the addendum.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item E, bid recommendation for 6345 Calumet Avenue, 6223 Calumet Avenue, 7908 Dalmar Avenue, 1114 Eaton Street, garage only, 434 Florence Street, garage only, 254 Hanover Street, 4605 Henry Avenue, garage only, 4729 Hickory, 1108 Highland Street, 521 Highland Street, 4503 Holman Avenue, 6812 Jackson Avenue, 648 119th Street, 3331 176th Place, 3158 Parkway North, garage only, 1134 Spruce Street, 413 Vine Street, and 7534 Woodlawn Avenue.
They all were awarded to the low bidders. I don't know, did you want to read all the names off? Are there any bidders here? They probably want you to read all the names off. Did you want me to do it, or you want to do it?
You're welcome.
6345 Calumet to American Salvage and Deconstruction. 6323 Calumet to American Salvage and Deconstruction. 7908 Delmar to Scanlon Excavating and Concrete. 1114 Eaton to DR Site Services. 434 Florence to DR Site Services. 250 Hanover to JM Industrial Services. 4605 Henry, the property owner, is going to do that demolition. 4729 Hickory, American Salvage and Deconstruction. 1108 Highland, JM Industrial Services. 521 Highland, American Salvage and Deconstruction. 4503 Holman, DNR Site Services. 6812 Jackson to Scanlon Excavating. 648 119th to Scanlon Excavating. 3331 176th Place to JM Industrial Services. 3158 Parkway, the garage only, to Acton Contracting. 1134 Spruce to American Salvage and Deconstruction. 413 Vine to JM Industrial Services, and 7534 Woodlawn to JM Industrial Services. I'd like to make a motion that we approve these bid awards.
Second. Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item F, Consolidated Rail Corporation license permitting access with Consolidated Rail Corporation submitted for approval.
This is an access agreement for the gun range with the police department, so I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agreement.
Motion second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item G, correspondence received from AT&T requesting permission to perform work at Marshall Avenue and Kennedy Avenue. Can we deny that? AT&T is not our friend. It will not give access to the port for fiber optic. Will not give us access to the filtration plant for fiber optic.
You want to make a motion to,
Oh, no, I can't make a
approve it.
motion.
oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So we got a problem with AT&T, we gotta get their attention.
I got to work with him.
I don't know.
If he wants to make the motion, I'll second it. You want to make the motion to deny? It's a digging request. They're going to install some underground cable.
I'd like to make a motion to deny that request at this time.
I'll second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item H, correspondence received from Vidamus requesting street closure at the Hammond Lead Products on Tuesday, July 21st, 2015 for installation of a stack in the plant.
Yeah, they're going to have to totally close 165th Street. They're going to set up a detour using Summer Street. They're requesting it from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., but they think that they can get it done quicker, weather permitting. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve their street closure request.
And we'll send that to PD?
Yeah, everybody needs to know because it could add a significant travel time with having to cross the rail tracks.
I'll second it.
Motion second, all those in favor? Ayes have it. Item I, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty submitting the resignation of Officer David Arrigo, requesting FTO specially paid to Officer Robert Leary, returning to the FTO program after returning from the United States DEA Task Force, promotion of Officer Andrew Lawrence to the Lornak to the rank of sergeant, and permission to hold a fireworks demonstration at the 5th Annual Hammond Police Appreciation Day at the Hammond Fraternal Order of Police, Saturday, August 22nd, 2015.
I'd like to make a motion to approve Chief Doty's request.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. I'd like to recognize Councilwoman Vines, who's with us this morning. Good morning. Item J, license, license agreement with Sales 7452 Indianapolis Boulevard for environmental testing.
Mr. President, this gives permission to H&M to go onto the property and sample for groundwater contamination.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request.
Second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item K, agreement with First Group Engineering for the 4th District Road Reconstruction, Van Buren Avenue, 174th Street to 173rd.
This is for design work on the project. And the total amount is in here someplace. $31,000. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request.
Motion,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item Q,
L. Mr. President, for L, we have a written agreement I would ask the board to approve.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this.
motion,
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Item L. Rental registration hearing on property located at 609 State Street. 609 State.
All right. Mr. President, my information on the property is that they previously appealed a late fee back in 2012, 2011, and 2000 through 2010, in which partially granted, partially denied. So basically, what we had was a situation where the property had never been registered back in 2012. And they were given relief, the late fees were waived.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ma'am, do you live at 609 State?
Yes, sir.
Is it just you, or do you have a rental also?
We have a rental also.
How many units?
One.
Just one?
Mm-hmm.
Is it rented right now?
Yes.
Okay, so Chris, you said since 12 it hasn't been registered?
No, back in 2012, they came before the board and they had an appeal hearing, which they were granted relief for the 10 years previously.
So what year are we here for now?
What year did you not register for?
Last year. Well, this
14?
year? Yeah.
14?
Are you registered for 15?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at $80 for 2014.
Second.
Motion, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item N. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Rental registration hearing on property at 5630 Claude Avenue. 5630 Claude.
Mr. President, I have that they registered every year on time except for 15.
15?
Yeah, did you not register for 15?
No,
Did you register for 14?
exactly. Yes, for 40. It's because when it's vacant, I think I thought that maybe no need a register, but I see that I have to.
Okay, so when was it vacant?
That's already for 6 months vacant.
What year? What month? When was it?
2014.
Okay, so it was vacant the end of 14?
Mm-hmm.
When did it become rented again?
I don't know.
You don't know when it became rented again?
No, because I need to find those people to rent it.
Okay, so it's still vacant?
Exactly.
Okay. So he doesn't really need to register for 15 until it becomes a rental. If it's not a rental, he doesn't have to register.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Good. No harm, no foul.
Well, yeah, and when it becomes registered, he's gotta come in within 30 days with the lease, but as long as it's not registered, it's not a rental.
okay, so do you understand what she's saying?
Yes.
So if you find somebody to move in there and rent it,
Mm-hmm.
you have 30 days from the day they move in,
Okay.
bring a copy of the lease downstairs
Okay.
to pay the fee.
Okay, but I still need a register, right?
What?
I still need a register for renting, right, or no?
I don't know what he meant.
Okay, what was the question? I'm not understanding it.
I don't know. I couldn't understand.
Once it's registered, once you have a person living there, you have to register.
Okay, if he is renting, I cannot register. Exactly.
If there's nobody living there, he doesn't have a lease.
I mean, you won't have a lease till somebody's living there. I'm not understanding the question. The person who's gonna live there is gonna live there under a lease.
Yes.
Bring that lease to the building department and register as soon as you have it.
Okay.
So right now, we're dismissing all action right now.
All right.
Okay?
All righty.
As soon as you get somebody that moves in, bring the lease to the building department downstairs, and then you'll have to pay the registration fee.
All righty. I got it. Thank you.
I can make a motion to dismiss action.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item O, rental registration hearing on property located at 843 Michigan Street, 843 Michigan.
Mr. President, I'm not sure what year they're appealing because according to our notes, 2014 and 2015 were paid on June 19th of this year.
They're not here. Cindy and Richard White?
Yeah, but according to the building department's notes, they've already paid. They paid June 19th, which was last month, Friday?
Possibly they were here already in front of us.
Right, that's what I'm saying, maybe they paid for, under an agreement or something, but, yeah, no action's needed.
No action?
Yeah, they paid.
So noted. Excuse me. Item P, rental registration hearing on property located at 6635 Monroe. 6635 Monroe.
I don't have any information on that one.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
I don't have any information for this property from the building department. What year did you not register for?
2015.
All right, I have that he's 2 units and he owes for 15. How come you didn't register?
Because in that time it's not, we don't have people to rent it.
It's vacant?
Well, right now it's renting right now.
Okay, when did they move in?
In April.
Okay. All right, and what he needed to do is in April come in with the lease. So I would just ask that you grant his appeal and allow him to register the 2 units for 2015.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, if you want to wait till after the meeting, she'll give you an order you can take downstairs and register.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Item Q.
Davis. Mr. President, on Davis, we have a written agreement.
Okay.
And I would just ask if the board approved it.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you. Item R, rental registration hearing on property located at 7823 Bertram, 7732 Columbia, 7738 Columbia, 7402 Harrison.
All right, Mr. President, I would show, I don't know if Mr. Sutter is here, but he previously came before the board in 2011 because he was late and the appeals were granted at that time.
I came to pay May 1st and wasn't allowed, and
How many
So
units?
these are for 14 or 15?
15.
I have not registered in 15. He's got, I'm not sure how many units, but he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties?
6.
6? Okay, 6 properties. And on one of the properties, who lives at 7402 Harrison?
I couldn't tell you their last name, but
Well, they have
Cal-
11 police calls, so obviously the police
not
know
this
more
year.
about your.
They just moved in.
Well-
I evicted those people that Kelly asked me to evict.
Okay, sir, on Bertram, how many units is it?
On Bertram, 1. They're all,
They're all 1 unit?
yes, single family.
All right, it appears we have 6 units, Mr. President.
So you were late in 2011, but you paid on time in 12, 13, and
And all the 20 years prior to 11, I came to May 1st and realized I was 2 weeks late. I talked to Cal and he said I still had to come in front of the board.
All right, when did you evict those people? Because the police reports were coming in as recently as June of this year.
Those people were evicted in October. Then
You got some new people that are causing problems. Here's what we have for police calls for 1248 Indiana. Okay, apparently this is a different property.
that's not me.
No? Okay, they can turn the list for that one. Did you sell it to somebody?
I never owned a house in Indiana.
Oh, they have the wrong name on the registration? Okay.
Oh, that's the next one,
That's
Chris.
the next one, Chris.
Yeah, no, I know, but they still have him listed for it on the list. Okay. So the only one we had problems with was on Harrison.
And that's who was evicted last October, per Kelly's request.
Mr. President, we've got 6 units for 2015, and I would ask that you grant the appeal and allow them to register those 6 units within 30 days without the late fee.
Motion?
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you.
Thank you.
Item S, rental registration hearing on property located at 1248 Indiana Avenue.
All right, you're the owner of 1248 Indiana. So who's living there that's tearing up the neighborhood?
Well, the little old lady, she's like 89 years old, her grandson
Well,
comes there.
is he on the lease?
No,
Then why
yes.
is he still there?
Because he comes and visits her and stays with her, and then the uncle wants to argue with them,
Well,
so.
here's the problem, police calls, this
Yes.
started back in 2013. Nephew and his girlfriend are PI and fighting, PI means drunk and fighting.
Yes,
And then there's another person who's PI and threatening people, and then
Yes.
he's there again,
Yes.
and then we have a family disturbance that they're fighting, and
Yes, I
then
went
we
there to
have
talk to
5
them.
people inside fighting and drinking, and then we have somebody who's been drinking all day, and then we,
probably the grandson.
harassment by telephone, and then,
Oh, that
let's
I don't
see,
know.
downstairs threatening to kill people, and then somebody else who's PI,
Yeah,
And,
I think he has some problems.
somebody trying to break in, and
Yeah,
somebody,
he,
he's been drinking.
I guess you guys been over there because he has a
hit
little
some-
mental issue or
Well,
something.
here's the problem, he hit somebody in the face, just because somebody has a mental issue doesn't mean they get to go around hitting people in the face.
Yes, I understand.
And he's PI again, he's threatening people, he attacked somebody.
Oh, wow, I didn't know none of that stuff.
Well, why don't you know this? Isn't this your business?
This is my house, man.
Well, so all this is going on, the police are coming here all the time and you've never noticed?
No, I don't live there, ma'am.
Well, I know.
Yes, I
So
know.
where do you live? And
I
if-
live in Highland.
Right, and if these people live next door to you in Highland, how would that make you feel? How would that make you feel about your security
Well,
and
yeah,
your quality of life?
I will, yeah, I will have a problem. I already went and talked to the lady and told her this needs to stop. You
Yeah.
know, she has to leave.
I think you need to do more to tell her to stop. Chris, how many
Yes.
units is it?
Let's see, 2 units? Are there 2 units here?
Yes, my daughter lived in the back and then the little lady lives in the front.
All right, and your daughter never called you to let you know that they're tearing up the place she lives?
Well, she works night, so she didn't know what's going on. She even asked me, what's going on with this? Like, I didn't
Alright,
know.
well, I
So
would-
you guys sent me a letter.
I would ask you to
then I-
deny the appeal because he's doing more harm to the neighborhood than good and he should
Yeah,
pay the
I need a-
$500.
yeah.
Which,
I need to get
what
rid of
year are
him.
we talking about?
14, I would ask that he pays the $580 for 14.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, second, all those in favor? Ayes have it.
What do I do? I pay you
You have
now?
to, yes, you have to pay $580 for 14.
you?
You have to go down, not to
Oh,
me, go
sorry.
downstairs and register.
Okay. Do I wait here?
And you're gonna keep getting cited in court if this nonsense continues, do you understand?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Sir, I consider evicting them.
Or keeping a better eye on it.
Excuse me?
We would consider keeping a better eye on your property.
Yes, I've been doing that lately. Yes, I've been going over there almost every
I bet
other
you do
day.
a lot more now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Item P, rental registration hearing on property located at 6341 Blaine Avenue. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. President, for this one, I have that she missed for 14 and she's registered every other year, she's up to date.
Ma'am, how many units is it?
Just one. The paper said 3, but there's only one. It's one house. It's a little house.
I just have 1 unit. I just have it being 1 unit,
You said it's for 14?
just for 14.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the late fee, but the unit must be registered at the $80.
Motion,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
You can,
Thank you.
pay today, after the meeting's over, or they'll send you something, you have 30 days to pay.
All right.
Thank you. Gosh. Item U, rental registration hearing on property located at 2726 Kenwood, 1116 Michigan, 401 Vine Street, and 6616 Monroe Avenue.
All right, Mr. President, I do have that he's registered for 15 for 2726 Kenwood. As for Michigan, 15 was paid, and for Holman's not him, okay. How long have you owned the property, sir?
I'm a property manager for these properties.
This is like the 3rd time Mitchell Gas has been in front of. Your name is, sir, what?
The first time I've been here, sir.
The name?
Last month I had a break-in at one of our properties and wasn't able to make the meeting.
I think that's it, we had it continued from a previous hearing.
I know.
So what happened?
All right, well, here's the thing, we had, back in May, denied his appeal because he wasn't here. And I said, are you coming here from the May date?
Yes.
Okay. That's why you remember the name, we had it for May. and-
Yeah,
he
we had a
wasn't here.
break-in on a property. I had to meet the police over it. I brought the police report to show where I was at. I couldn't get here on
Oh,
time.
coming back to me now. All right, so Chris.
I have the, I have him that he's paid in 15, it's 14 that appears to be the issue.
Okay, sir, how many units is Kenwood?
1,
How many units on Michigan?
1,
Vine,
2,
Monroe?
1.
And this is for 14, you said, Chris, right?
Is that correct, for 14 for all of them?
I'm assuming, what happened was, these clients live in Australia and New Zealand, and paperwork didn't come to us. They were told when they bought the properties in October of 14, that the previous owner had registered the properties already. I think what failed to happen was to register the new owner at that time, that they were registered in another name for 14. In regards to Vine, that was just bought in 15, and I believe there was an affidavit filed for that prior to the registration.
Okay, let's go through these one at a time then. For 2726 Kenwood, it's 1 unit for 2014, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, for 1116 Michigan, it's 1 unit for 2014?
That's correct.
Okay, for 401 Vine, they didn't own it till 15 and they registered for 15, is that
Correct.
Okay, so there's nothing required, no action needed. And for 6616 Monroe, it's 1 unit for 2014?
Correct.
So, Mr. President, I would have, it'll be 8 times 3 is $240 within 30 days.
I'd like to make a motion to waive all the late fees, but the units would be registered at the $80.
Second?
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Item D, Renter's Fishing Hearing on property located at 3709 Holman Avenue.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. President, I have this as a single-family house. She missed 2014, she was late in 2010 and 11, and a late fee was assessed. You registered for 15, though, correct?
I registered, but it was late.
No, for this year.
Oh,
15.
yes.
For 2015?
Correct, I registered, but I sent it in late.
Okay, so your appeal was for 14 and 15.
I
So you didn't
believe- I
register
believe
last year
so.
or this year? And the reason?
I just, you know what, there's not a reason that's good enough. I mean, my friends live there, they've been there for quite some time. They usually mail me the documents. I just moved here back to home to Indiana. And you know what, I don't have a good enough excuse, I really don't.
Okay, for 14, the notice was sent in the water bill, so does your tenant get the water bill, or do you?
No, my tenants pay the water and they pay.
Notice was sent in the water bill for 2014. But anyway, that being said, they probably wouldn't accept your money for 15 anyway, so.
All right, Mr. President, if the board is inclined to grant the appeal, then they can grant it for 14 and 15 for 1 unit. She has to pay within 30 days.
Motion,
Second?
all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Moving on, item W. Agreement to rehab property located at 7446 White Oak Avenue.
Mr. President, this is a property that was on the demolition list, and the bank has finally gotten around to fish and out of cutting bait, and they're gonna sign the agreement and make the repairs.
Nice. Motion,
I'll make a motion to approve the agreement.
second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. I'd like to recognize Councilman Higgs, who's with us this morning. Good morning, Councilman. Item X, correspondence received requesting runner's fishing hearing.
I'd like to schedule these for August 27th.
Motion, second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item Y, correspondence received from Ms. Reyna Castrojan requesting the curbs on each side of her driveway be painted yellow.
I don't think that they do that in the residential area, but let's forward that request to Gary Gleason.
Motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item Z, garage sale permit, submitted for approval.
Motion to approve them all.
Motion?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Item 5, any matters from board members? Item 6, matters from other department heads or the representatives?
I've got two matters. I've got a letter from Reinsfeld and Associates stating that they're going to be representing the property owner at 6345 Calumet, which was a property that was on our demolition list today.
Correct, that fax just came in today, it's the property that we awarded the bid. They are at the stage where they're going to obtain the sheriff's deed very soon, and I asked to please send a letter to indicate their interest in the property. I indicated they would have to have an inspection and do an agreement to rehabilitate, but I just wanted to at least put it into the building department's consciousness that there is somebody who may try to save the property.
Okay, so this doesn't require any action?
No, it's just-
Preparation. Then I have a second item. I've got a request from Gatlin Plumbing. They're going to be replacing a water main in the alley between Kennedy Avenue and Alabama Avenue from 173rd to 174th. They're going to be starting the week of July 13th, and they're going to need a total closure of the alley. And I informed them that they'll need to work with the property owners for access to the garages in that alley. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve this closure.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Any matters from any department heads or the representatives? Any new business? Any old business? The meeting is now open to the public. Anyone from the public wish to address the board?
Good morning.
Good morning.
The first issue I have is with, I had sent a letter requesting that the railroad tracks between Blaine and Blaine, Waltham, and Conkey be removed because people are complaining about their cars being damaged due to those railroad tracks, and we have a nice bike trail, so it makes no sense to have those railroad tracks still placed there in those locations adjacent to those streets. So it's Blaine, Waltham, and Conkey.
Yeah, are you familiar with NICD? Northern Indiana Commuter Transportation District.
I have no idea who that is.
Their track.
They're the ones that run the South Shore, and they're working on that Westlake Corridor extension there.
And they own the track.
Well, if you guys can send a letter to them in regards.
We did.
We sent a letter to them.
I didn't get a copy of it. So if you give me a copy of that letter, I'll send another letter. Okay? The other is requesting at 1118 Dracker Street, they're requesting, they got a letter from the doctor requesting a handicap parking sign. So I'll submit this to the board.
That has to go to Gary Gleason at the street department.
Right. You can forward it to him. So
You want
it's
us
on
to
rec-
take it to Gary?
You can forward it to him.
We'll do that for you.
Does he have a parking lot,
Driveway.
the doctor?
Is that a resident? A resident.
Okay.
And also 6404 Columbia Avenue, the property has been vacant for a number of years. There's a lot of nice homes on Revenbursd Drive. The house is facing, the address is facing the other direction. I'm requesting that it be demoed as
Is that
well.
vacant now?
It's been vacant for years.
So it's
It was a beautiful home at one time, but for some reason or another, the family left, and it's just, it makes the whole block look bad. So
Does it have a Columbia Avenue address or a Reverend Burns Drive address?
it has a Columbia Avenue address, 6404 Columbia.
Have you talked to redevelopment about that one?
I have. I've
And?
been going over this for like 2 or 3 years now.
What did redevelopment tell you?
Nothing's happened. That's why I'm here at the board requesting that it be demoed.
Have you talked to the building commissioner?
Again, I submit these on a regular basis. There are a number of properties within my district, just like 6335.
You know, they're pretty good about demos. They love demos.
Now all of a sudden someone's interested in the property, but when it was all of this debris sitting throughout the back, no one took the initiative to clean it up, and I had to basically have someone clean it up because it's
No,
deplorable.
Councilman Higgs, going back to when I was the director of redevelopment, that property's been a problem. So, I mean, it's been a problem since the 80s.
Should be demoed.
But I mean, the property owner's a problem. And I'm sure building's involved, I'm sure code's involved, but I mean, redevelopment was involved in that property too.
I'm checking my list, we have 18 Columbia and 17 Columbia, but I don't have 6404 Columbia, so all I need is somebody from the building department to get me some photographs.
I still think that's Reverend Burns Drive with Russ.
Okay, oh, Reverend.
Columbia, but I'll take pictures if need be.
Yeah, I just need some, we just need some pictures.
Sure, not a problem.
Actually, the front of the house faces Columbia, but since they put the fence in,
I don't have anything on Reverend Burns on my
that's
list.
why that house has always been a problem. It's, stands out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public wish to address the board?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.